Hello friends, welcome back. Today in the subject Automobile Engineering Unit 2 Axles, Wheels, Tires and Steering System, we are going to discuss the steering system, the components of a conventional steering system, the functions of the steering system and the steering geometry. So, let us start with the steering system. So, steering is the term applied for the collection of the components, linkages which will allow the vehicle to follow a desired course. So, in simple words, it is a combination of linkages and compounds which will allow the vehicle to follow a particular path. An automobile is steered with the help of the steering gear and linkages which will transfer the motion of the handle operated by the steering wheel to provide the front wheel hub via the steering column. So, in simple words, it is nothing but steering the vehicle or guiding the vehicle with the help of steering wheel and the linkages and gearing arrangement. The other parts are used for steering vehicles are the steering wheel pads. So, steering wheel pads, steering shaft or it is also called as the steering rod, steering boxes. Steering boxes, it can be a rack and pinion gearbox, it can be a hydraulic actuator, steering arms and steering stabilizers. These parts are made from durable materials like stainless steel, iron, aluminum, copper, magnesium, titanium, platinum coated and rubber and some parts made up of plastic. So, you can see this diagram. So, this diagram clearly shows you all the detailed parts of the linkages and right from the steering wheel. You can see the steering wheel which is guided by the driver. Again, this is the steering column. This is the steering box. You can also call it as the gearbox. Again, drop arm. This is the drag link or drag rod, you can call it as. Again is the spring pad where the suspension is mounted. This is the track rod. This is the ball joint to attach it to the next wheel. This is the adjusting screw. Many a times in vehicle alignment this is adjusted. This is again the track rod. So, all this constitutes of a steering system. Many a times asked in the examination, you have to draw this diagram. So, functions of the steering system. What are the functions? It helps swinging the wheels right or left. Okay, to turn the wheels right or left. To convert rotary motion of the steering wheels into the angular turn of the wheels. Next, it multiplies the efforts by the driver with the help of a leverage in order to make the effort very easy to turn the wheels. So, the efforts, less efforts will be modified or amplified so that it will be a easy turn. It absorbs major part of the road shocks from preventing them to be transmitted to the handle of the driver. So, the shocks from the wheels are absorbed by the steering linkages also. Now, let us see the steering geometry. The term steering geometry also known as the front end geometry because it is generally front steered. It shows the relationship between the suspension and steering parts, front wheels and the road surface. So, it is basically this geometry. This alignment deals with the angles, affects steering and the method of describing the alignment measurement, and that is called as the steering geometry. So there are different, there are 5 steering geometry angles. First is the camber angle, the kingpin inclination, the caster, the toe in toe out, the combined angle, and the slip angle. So let us see this one by one. Now what is a camber angle? So camber is the tilt of the car wheels from the vertical, or camber can be positive or negative depending upon the tilt. Now in simple words you can see, so this is the center line of the wheel, and this is here the load is acting, load of the vehicle is acting vertically downward. So this is the vertical axis and this is the actual inclination of the tire. So the angle made, you can see this angle made is called as the camber. Okay, so it should not exceed 2 degrees, correct? Now effects of camber. So what are the ill effects? It will always be desirable that tires should roll vertically to the ground. Here in this case it is not rolling vertically. So this will create uneven wear of the tire. If while running, tires will be inclined either side, it can be inward or outward, and this will lead to one side wear of the tire. So it can be an inward or it can be outward. So in case of positive camber, the vehicle turns, the outside suspension tends to rise on the wheels. When the wheel returns to the straight path position, the weight of the vehicle presses down on the steering axis, and this helps to strengthen the angle. So we have discussed this camber angle. Now in this diagram you can see, so this is you can see this is the tire axis and the weight of the vehicle. So it is inclined outward, so this will wear, one side of the tire will wear, you can see. Here in this case the weight is acting in the downward, the angle of the center line of the tire is this. So again the inner side of the tire will wear out. Now what is the kingpin inclination angle? So the inclination of the kingpin from vertical is called as the kingpin inclination angle. You can see this is the kingpin and this is the vertical axis. So vertical axis and this is the kingpin line axis, and this angle in between both is called as the kingpin inclination angle. So it should be between 7 to 8 degrees. Effects: kingpin inclination or steering axis inclination is sometimes called as helps to straight ahead the recovery by providing directional stability. When vehicle takes a turn, inclination kingpin causes the vehicle body to move up and in relation with the wheels. Now in this the combination of you can see this is the camber angle and this is the inclination angle, okay, also called as the steering axis inclination. Okay, so this combined angles are called as the combined angle of the vehicle. You can see from here to here. Now this is from here to here, it is the kingpin inclination angle. This and this is called as the camber angle. So the combination of both is called as the combined angle. Thank you friends. Thank you very much.